All right, we are back with another episode of It's That Easy. It is the Saturday night edition. Hope everyone is having a great weekend. I know there's a ton of sports going on. You got to be watching something. Got tons of baseball going on right now. Knicks just won the championship, so good for them. I feel bad for the Spurs. Soccer going on. And speaking of which, earlier today I posted a podcast episode of the FIFA, the group stages, where I had a couple of experts on there. We talked about who's going to come out of the group stages, who's going to make it to the knockout round. So if you get a chance, go check that out. And while you're watching this video, go ahead and like it. Go ahead and subscribe if you get a chance. And then also, if you do subscribe, go ahead and turn on notifications that every time I post a video, you get notified of that. So let's get into some baseball. So right now, we are 6-4. Oh, sorry, 4-6 today. Been a rough day. I know these games, the games that are not highlighted are still going on. As far as like I saw a few minutes ago, so they're still going on. So we got a chance to break, 500, maybe go over. But here's the crazy part about, predicting these games. You never know, what's going to happen. There's always those intangibles that you just can't call on when you're looking at the numbers and you're looking at who's going to play today. Because every time I pick an underdog and they win, I'm thinking like, hey, good job. Called that one pretty good. But then I'll pick a favorite to win and the underdog beats them. And I'm like, oh man, I can't believe that happened. But you actually have to take the good with the bad because it goes both ways. So we'll see how today turns out. But we are going to talk about, let me click that here, get over there. We are going to talk about tomorrow's games, the games for Sunday, June 14th. We got a full slate again, 15 games, 30 teams playing, finishing off all these great series that have been going on. So let's jump into them really quick. Rangers and the Red Sox. So Rangers today pitched DeGrom. I wanted to pick the Rangers so bad, and the Rangers actually jumped out to a small lead, but it happened again. They gave up those runs. They end up losing 6-3. So Rangers tomorrow pitching Evaldi. So Evaldi, let's say 2 weeks ago, was our top pitcher. He was pitching, giving up no runs or one run in 6 innings of pitching. So he was kind of our savior as we'd come out of these losing streaks. Then he'd pitch. Lately, not so good. He's been giving up 4 runs and a lot of hits recently. So he's pitching tomorrow, 4.26 ERA. Lost his last start, lost 3 of his last 4 starts. The team has actually now lost 2 in a row. Red Sox pitching early tomorrow, 3.3 ERA. They actually lost his last 2 starts and 3 of his last 5 starts. But here's the thing, they've won now 2 in a row. They're on a streak. And I hate to say this, but I got to go Boston tomorrow to win. They're a small favorite. So minus 112. I think the Rangers are like maybe 102, minus 102, maybe 108, something like that. But I just have a feel. I mean, it could go either way. Obviously, you don't know who's going to show up, but if at the rate we're going, I'm going Boston tomorrow. Marlins and the Pirates. Marlins are pitching Meyer tomorrow, 2.85 ERA. His last 2 starts, pretty good. 5 innings, 2 runs, 7 innings, 1 run. They won his last 2 starts and they won 4 of his last 5 starts. They've actually won 6 in a row right now. Why do I feel like it's 7 in a row? Might have won 7 in a row right now. Um, let's see. I just gotta check to see did they win today. Actually, no, they lost today. I knew that. I knew that they lost today. They lost 3-2, close game. Uh, the Pirates are pitching Skeens tomorrow, 2.84 ERA. His last game was getting better. He was on a streak of about 4 games where he was struggling really bad. Last game, 6 innings, 2 runs given up. They've lost his last 5 starts. Um, they've lost 2 in a row. Actually, now they've won 1 in a row with today's win. I picked them. Let's see. I picked the Marlins to win tomorrow. With Skeens on the mound, he actually might turn it around there because the Pirates actually won a close game today where they had really good pitching, kept the Marlins off the base. If Skeens does the same thing, it could go the same way today, but it's possible that he could do that for 4 innings, 5 innings. Then the bullpen comes in, a whole different story. So we'll stick with the Marlins for tomorrow. So underdog pick Marlins. Padres and the Orioles. Padres are pitching Bueller. Um, 4.33 ERA, 4 innings, 1 run, 6 innings, 1 run. Won his last start and three of his last five. They are on a let's see. They lost. They're in a losing streak, but they did win today. So they're on a winning. They got one game winning streak. Orioles pitching Rogers 6.15 ERA. 5 innings, 3 runs, 5 innings, 1 run. They lost his last five starts and four of his last five starts. They've won. Well, they were on a 3-game winning streak until today, where they lost. But we're still going to go Orioles tomorrow. They seem to have the better pitching tomorrow, a little bit of better pitching, and they still, it's the home game for them. It was a close. Well, actually, it wasn't a close one today. It was 9-3 today. So, wow. I feel like I got to go Padres tomorrow. We'll stick with Orioles. Every day is a new day. Orioles playing tomorrow. We're going Orioles to come back tomorrow. Mariners and Nationals. Mariners pitching Hancock tomorrow, 2.74 ERA. The Nationals did win today 8-3. So Mariners looking to come back there. With Hancock, they've won his last four starts in a row. And they were on a 1-game winning streak till today. They lost. Nationals pitching Mikolas, 5.90 ERA. They won his last start, but they did lose the four prior to that. They were on a losing streak of 2 until today. So we are going to go Seattle to win tomorrow. They have the better pitching tomorrow. They got a little bit of momentum, even though with today's loss, I think they're the better team. So we're not calling it momentum here. We're calling it a little bump in the road. Seattle comes back tomorrow. Yankees and the Blue Jays. Let's see. Yankees won today, a close one. I mean, a low-scoring one, too, 3-1. Yankees pitching Warren tomorrow, 3.28 ERA. Won his last five starts. He's actually beaten the Guardians, the A's, the Royals, and the Blue Jays during that streak. So they had lost one in a row, but guess what? They're back on the winning streak there. Blue Jays pitching Corbin, 4.55 ERA, lost his last two starts and three of his last five. They didn't get enough to get on a winning streak. They had one back to losing there. So we're going to go Yankees tomorrow to take care of business and finish off that series. Diamondbacks and the Reds. Reds actually won a close one as well, 2-1. Diamondbacks are pitching Gallen tomorrow, 5.43 ERA. Lost his last three starts. They were on a winning streak until today. They lost one, so now they're on maybe it's not a streak yet. I guess you can't call it a streak until it's 2 or more games. Reds are pitching Abbott tomorrow, 4.10 ERA. Lost his last start. They had lost 2 up until today, turned it around. So, but we're gonna stick with the home team. It's a dog pick. Actually, it's actually a pick 'em game where they're both minus 110. So not even the experts know. They're like, yeah, we don't even know what's going on. So let's go with the Reds tomorrow being the home team and a little bit better pitching there tomorrow. So we got them going. Braves and the Mets. The Braves actually won today, 3-1, another close one. Braves pitching Elder tomorrow, 2.66 ERA. Pretty impressive there. 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 innings, 3 runs in his last 2 starts. They won those last 2 and 3 of his last 4 games. They've actually they were in a 3-game losing streak up until today, lost 3 in a row. The Mets pitching Peralta, 4.04 ERA. He lost his last start, but they did win 3 of his prior 5, so pretty good there. They were on a 2-game winning streak until today. The Braves said, yeah, no, we've had enough of this. And tomorrow we're going to go Braves. Same thing here. It's not a perfect pick 'em, but they have New York is minus 118. I think Atlanta is minus 110. So other than being the exact same, you can't get any closer than that. Once again, they're not sure, and I think we're sure that the Braves are going to take care of business tomorrow. Detroit and the Guardians. The Guardians won today, even though Skubal started today, or he was supposed to. Got to make sure of that. But it wasn't enough. Guardians came through, won the game 3-1. Tigers are pitching Mize tomorrow, 2.27 ERA. Won his last start, but they lost the 3 before that. Now they're on a 2-game losing streak. Guardians pitching Williams tomorrow, 3.32 ERA. Lost his last start, but he had won 4 in a row before that. He beat the Yankees, the Nationals, and the Phillies during that streak. Now they've won 2 in a row. We're going to stick with the Guardians to take care of business here. It's a similar one, minus 118. Detroit's not picked that low as of an underdog. I think it might be 110 or 108, so it's pretty close there as well. Houston and the Royals. Houston won today in a shootout, 8-7. Took care of business there. Um, Astros are pitching Arrighetti. That's one of their better pitchers there. 2.21 ERA. Won his last 5 starts. He beat the Angels, the Pirates, the Rangers, and the Cubs. So now they've won 2 in a row. Royals are pitching Kolek tomorrow, 3.14 ERA. That's a good ERA, but then when you play against someone that's a 2.2, it makes it look bad. They did win won his last 2 starts and 4 of his last 5 starts. Now they've lost 4 in a row. Bummer for them. Royals are having a tough go there, and we're going to stick with the Astros tomorrow. Better pitching tomorrow, and if both bullpens are going to struggle, I'd say after the first 5, the Astros will probably be ahead there, and then they just got to hold on, outscore them at the end there. So, Dodgers and the White Sox. I had picked the White Sox 2 days ago, or yesterday, and they won. Picked them again. Said, you know what? Let's keep going White Sox today. They got destroyed today, 7-1. Yamamoto actually had a no hitter going into the 9th inning. They were up 7-0. He gave up a home run, pulled them out. Okay, not too bad. But see, that's the intangible part of the whole thing. Yamamoto before that had been given up. Actually, I can tell you what, because I want to see now. Yamamoto he had given up 2 hits and 4 hits in his previous start. Then he goes to possibly pitch a no hitter. So you never know with what's going to happen day after day. So you do your best to pick it and see what happens. See, Dodgers tomorrow pitching Sheehan, 4.70 ERA. He's lost his last 2 starts. They were to the Angels and the Diamondbacks. Dodgers had been they had lost 1 in a row. Now they won 1 in a row. Maybe they got their groove back there. White Sox pitching Fetty, 4.69 ERA. They won his last 3 starts. That he beat Atlanta, Minnesota, and Detroit. Not too bad. They had won 3 in a row up until today. So because of that, let's go back to the White Sox. Maybe they can right that ship, get back on that streak again, because they have been pretty hot the last week and a half. So see the White Sox take care of business. Big underdog. So there's an opportunity there even to make a little extra cash. Phillies and the Brewers. Phillies outlast the Brewers 9-8. So that was another shootout there. Phillies pitching Sanchez tomorrow, 1.54 ERA. He's been their lockdown guy. Last 2 games, 7 innings, 2 runs, 7 innings, 1 run. Won his last 3 starts. He beat Toronto and Padres twice. But they had been on a losing streak. Well, they had only lost 1. Now back on the winning streak. 1-1 today. Brewers pitching Harrison tomorrow. 2.72 ERA. Won his last 5 starts. Beat the A's, beat the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Cubs. Up until today, the Brewers had won 1 in a row. Now they lost. But guess what? We got to go Brewers tomorrow. Phillies are actually picked to win because of Sanchez is kind of like their main guy. He had a streak. Last 2 games, he gave up hits or gave up runs, a few runs. Before that, I think he had like 40 or 50 innings where he pitched with giving up no runs. So he was on a streak there that broke. Let's see. I think the Brewers might break him tomorrow again. Same thing here. Phillies are minus 118. I think the Brewers are minus 108. So it's very close. The lines makers don't know who's winning tomorrow either. So our guess is going to be the Padres. Cardinals and the Twins. Let's see. Where are we at with those guys? Cardinals won 9-6 today. Cardinals pitching McGreevy, 2.99 ERA. His last 2 starts were exactly the same. 6 innings, 2 runs. They won the last start. They lost the 3 prior. Cardinals had lost 2 in a row up until today. Twins pitching Bradley, 4.02 ERA. They've lost his last 3 starts. He lost to the Tigers, the White Sox, and the Pirates. They had won 1 in a row up until today. Now they're back in the L column. We are going to go St. Louis to take care of business. They got the better pitching tomorrow. And I mean, they won 9-6 today. The bats may be getting hot again, so we'll stick with the Cards. And close one as well, but the Twins are favored, so little dog pick there, not too bad. Rockies and the A's are actually playing right now. Let's see. Rockies are up 5-4 in the bottom of the sixth. Rockies pitching Sagano, 4.08 ERA, won his last two starts and four of his last five starts. They had lost two in a row. They could win today, could start a streak there. A's pitching Springs, 4.68 ERA. They'd lost four of his last five games. They had won three in a row up until today, so let's see what happens. Uh, until otherwise noted, we're going to stick with the A's to win tomorrow. They're actually a huge favorite tomorrow to win. The ERAs of the pitchers are almost exactly the same. So I guess all things considered, they think the A's can outscore them. It's actually they're playing in the stadium of the minor league team in Vegas, so anything can happen. I've seen them lose a game 15-14, 29 games, 29 runs in one game. Yeah, this is only 9 runs right now. They're not even close. Who knows what's going to happen over the next 4 innings here? Um, Cubs and the Giants. Let's see. No, don't do that. Cubs are up 5-1 over the Giants in the top of the fifth inning right now. Cubs are pitching Ray tomorrow, 5.19 ERA. They've lost four of his last five starts. Up to this point, they'd won two in a row. Looks like that's going to be three. Giants pitching Webb tomorrow, 3.88 ERA. They've lost four of his last five starts and lost one in a row. Could be two in a row right now. Um, Giants are actually picked to win tomorrow, but man, I actually may change that to Cubs. Let me think about that through this next one here. Rays and the Angels. Here's another one. Right now we don't have a line. I guess it's because they're just started playing, but well, they're in the sixth inning now. But there wasn't a line earlier when I checked. Rays didn't even have a pitcher listed. They had lost one in a row. Could be two in a row. They're losing 1-0 right now. The bottom of the sixth to the Angels. Angels pitching Rodriguez, 8.10 ERA. That's a pretty bad one there. They've lost his last two starts to Houston and Colorado. They have won three in a row, which means they beat the Rays yesterday. Winning right now, we don't know what's going to happen. I'll be honest, I was going Rays tomorrow, but they don't even know who they're going to pitch tomorrow. I will switch that. I'm going to switch those last two right there. I'm going to go Angels for the Rays. I don't know who's going to be favorite. I have a feeling a slight favorite will be the Rays, but we're going to go Angels tomorrow. And then even though the Giants are favored, we'll go with the Cubs tomorrow. So there are your 15 picks for tomorrow. Let's see a couple of underdogs. We got the Marlins. We have Cincinnati. Man, these games are look at the spreads. The Dodgers highly favored -194 and the A's 181. But most of them are pretty close. If they're in the one teens or 110, yeah, they're super close. They're almost even there. So Cincinnati slight favorite, A's Braves slight favorite. Sorry, Braves are the slight underdog. Reds are slight underdog. Houston's a slight underdog there. We got Sox as a big underdog. We still got the Brewers as a slight underdog and the Cardinals as a slight underdog there. So I do like those. I'm going to have the Cubs as a slight underdog as well. And probably the Angels will be a slight underdog when they put the line out there. So quite a few underdogs happening tomorrow. Some of the favorites tomorrow, the Yankees are going to be a favorite. Seattle will be a favorite. The A's will be a favorite. And I think that's about it there. Well, Guardians. Guardians will be a favorite. And those four will probably have a really good chance of winning. I even hate to say this, Boston probably even has a good chance of winning because Evaldi's been struggling. So, but there are your picks. Hopefully, you had a great weekend. Hopefully, you will have a great Sunday. Enjoy that. Enjoy the sports tomorrow because there's a lot of baseball and there will be a ton of soccer going on tomorrow too. Well, not a ton. There's probably like 4 games tomorrow. But enjoy that. Enjoy finishing off your weekend strong, so you can start the week even stronger. So, if you do decide to bet on baseball tomorrow, I hope you win a ton of money. So please like the video. subscribe if you get a chance, and be on the lookout because I think next weekend I'm going to have another FIFA episode come out. So, all right, enjoy it. We'll see you guys on the next one.